Jared! Come in, Jared. Jared! Jared, please come in. Fine. Finding myself. Fine. Fine. Jared, what's going on? Where have you been? It's been like an hour and none of us can find you.
Oh, yeah, the rental players are fine.
What do you mean they're fine?
Oh, yeah, they're using single pane lenses. They're so fogged up they can't tell what the hell they're doing.
You've been out here an hour. Even with fogging, they've got to be out of paint by now. What are they doing?
Oh, no, look, they're still having fun. Oh, hey, look out on your left! See? Oh, good shot! I think you got one.
But... All right. Have a Twizzler. Thanks.
If you've played paintball for long enough, by now you've had a day where you've been fogging, and you know how frustrating that is to deal with. And we, as a field, also know that it can be unsafe because new players tend to lift their goggles when they're fogged. So let's talk about why that is and how to stop it. Fogging happens when the hot, humid air that's trapped in between your face and the goggle comes in contact with the lens, where it's much cooler due to the cooler air that's outside of your goggles. When that occurs, the humidity that's in the air condensates on the inside of the lens and forms droplets. And that's exactly what fogging is. It's little droplets of water. A two-pane or thermal lens goggle is good against fogging because it doubles the boundaries between the hotter, more humid air and the cooler outside air, and it reduces the chance of condensate forming on the inside of the lens. That is why we highly recommend a thermal lens at all times. The single lens goggles are still in the market. You tend to find them when purchasing a rather cheap set of goggles from a mass retailer, and occasionally you'll find them at paintball fields still given out to rental players. Single pane lenses are safe in terms of impact resistance, but they're really prone to those fogging problems, and that's again why we don't recommend them. So for shopping advice, if you're out there going to buy your first set of goggles, what you want to make sure is that you're looking for something that says thermal lens or dual lens. That's what's important. And if you see this black outline running along the edge of the lens, you know that you're looking at a thermal lens. What you want to be careful about is that when you find a goggle on the wall of a store that says anti-fog, and anti-fog, unfortunately, is a code word for it's not a thermal lens. It means that they've sprayed a little bit of anti-fog spray on the inside of the lens before they packed it up and put it on a store shelf. It is going to fog. So be careful of the word anti-fog. Ironically, it is exactly the goggle that you want to avoid because that means single pane.
So, how about you share that Twizzler with me?